Good morning. Food, shelter and clothing. These are the basic needs of human. Cloth manufacturing is an important activity. Manufacture it locally and say goodbye to imported clothing material. It is a big industrial activity. Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, the visionary ruler, king of Kolhapur, took initiative and founded the Sri Chhatrapati Shahu Mill in Kolhapur city. The foundation stone was laid in the year 1906 and within 4 years the mill commenced its production of cotton yarn. Few years later, the weaving section was added and the mill started producing grey cloth. The Shahu Mill. It is seen as foundation of industrial culture in the Kolhapur region. The Shahu Mill. Shahu Mill is situated in the heart of city and is spread over about an area of 26 acres. The siren of these Shahu Mills has served as morning alarm for the people of Kolhapur. At exactly 6:30 in the morning, the siren will go on. It was a regular routine for almost 96 years, you can say almost a century. After agriculture, textile industry is the only industry that has generated huge employment for both skilled and unskilled labor. In the beginning years of Shahu Mills, the mill used to work in only one shift of 10 hours and without any holiday. But as the various labor laws emerged, the Factories Act, the mill reduced shift hours to 9 hours and introduced additional shift. Since 1944, the shifts changed to 8-hour shifts. 3 shifts. First shift from 6:30 am to 3 pm. Second shift from 3 pm to 11 pm. And third shift from 11 pm to 6 am. In beginning, there was only one spinning department. In 1921-22, there were about 11,101 spindles, on which, on an average, 437 workers worked. In 1928, the weaving section was begun. In 1945, during this year, there were about 959 workers employed, out of which 921 workers were skilled and the rest of them were semi-skilled. Until 1956, coal was used as a fuel. Since 1957, electricity was brought in use. In the year 1972, automatic machinery was placed and spinning section was run in 3 turns, while weaving section was run in 2 turns. The employees working in the Shahu Mill belong to the Kolhapur city and nearby villages. In the year 1970, the number of workers employed in Shahu Mill was 2,355, which included 536 skilled and 1,200 unskilled and 224 office staff. The textile industry continues to be the second largest employment generating sector in India. In this mill, the lion cloth of Rana Pratap brand, Madrepalam cloth and cloth of Brinjal brand were produced. Madrepalam cloth was exported to England, America and Russia. The cotton thread spun in this mill was sent to Ichalkaranji, Solapur, Madhavnagar, Vita. The white cloth, known as harak, was sent to Mumbai and Madhavnagar for processing. The retail shop of this mill was opened near Shivaji Putla in Kolhapur city. At its initial stage, this mill was run on joint capital, but after a year, the Kolhapur state acquired and took possession of it. Since the year 1935, the management of the mill was in the hands of James Finlay and Company of Bombay. This company managed the mill as an agent of Kolhapur administration. The Kolhapur princely state merged into Bombay province in 1949. So, the mill was handed over to Bombay government. When the weaving section was added to the mill was known as Ch.Shahu Spinning and Weaving Mill. From the year 1959 to 1967, the management of the mill was transferred from Messrs. Finlay to Messrs. Budgaon Trading Company. The management was once again changed in 1967 and was handed over to the Maharashtra State Textile Corporation. At present, the mill is closed. This mill was closed on 31st August 2003.